hello. Despite it saying we're offline, it does say we're streaming. That's us wrong. Hello, welcome back to Hong Kong. Shadowrun Hong Kong. At least it wasn't saying Shadowfall Dragon Run, or whatever that was, where I was playing Dragonfall. But welcome back. I forget how many non-actual main story runs we have left, which is good because we're at a point of getting to a point of return. But we are going to be doing the standard roundabout talking to everybody because I don't know how many conversations I have with everybody left, and we gotta talk to Guy Chu because we did just do his story. So let's get a move on here. And we're just, sorry for starting quickly there. We just came back from a run, claiming our payments on missions. This is the main one. We have Rooster and Hell Repulse Bay Hotel to do. Okay, cool. We're probably gonna get those done, and I'm really sorry, Max and Lord. We messed up there. I looked more into that, by the way, and it was because, we did not do that time-sensitive mission, which kind of sucks. Because most missions in this game aren't time-sensitive, so I was like, what? Okay, cool. Let's go to Gertrude first. Then claim the money. And no, let's look in the box afterwards. The dim cabin air is thick with pungence of incense. A small, rudely constructed altar sits near Gachu's box of mementos. It consists of a wooden box, a few trinkets, and a bowl of burning incense. Gachu himself is polishing his sword again. He runs a claw along the length of his blade, feeling and listening to the nicks and dents. Good evening, Kyujin. A fine evening, isn't it? He pulls the sword and smiles at you, smiles in your general direction. What do I need from you? I sort of assume you'd want to talk about what happened with your team. Of course, I have thoughts about it, but why would I burden you or anyone else with them? If you would like to talk about it, then we may, by all means. I am a private person by nature, however. This is why I did not seek you out to speak on it. Of course I want to talk about it. Are you okay? A curious question. Am I alright? I, the only one who survived, who has now shed all of his old life scent entirely, who no longer needs to worry about the assassins on his heels. Yes, I am more than alright. I am free. Allow me to thank you again for interceding on Ishida's behalf. Gachu bows very low, holding for almost an uncomfortable amount of time. I had blinded myself to the possibility of ending his life without attempting to avenge my suffering upon him. I could not let him live, but I could forgive him for his blindness and arrogance. The ability to forgive is one of the hallmarks of humanity, and without that, I fear I would have embraced my inhuman nature a little too much. You guided me away from the darkness, and that is a debt that I cannot easily repay. I'm just reading the things, and I'm like, you could have let him live. You had to be. I'm gonna go with you're welcome. I stand by my friends. Gachu nods sharply and smiles, and I stand by mine as well. I do not mean in any stereotypical Bushido says my sword is yours fashion either. In the shadows, your allies are your life, and you could have proven to be the strongest ally I could have asked for. It is alright that I return the favor. What will you do now? Gachu recalls an expression of rank in surely you are joking with me. I shall stay here and aid you in your endeavors. I have no life to turn to, nor anyone else to call a friend. As I have aided you, as you have aided me, so too shall I aid you. The life in the shadows is most free and open I have ever felt. I have no desire to go back or do anything else. Perhaps later I will, but not for any time soon. Has killing your old unit changed your outlook on life? Yes, I think it has. I had thought that embracing my nature as a ghoul would have allowed me to survive, become the thing I had been cursed with, so to speak. But I do not think that is true anymore. Instinct has to be tempered with forethought and logic, or the hunger and rage could overwhelm me. I must be careful not to let my emotions overrule my self-control. But this shows you the synergy of how a strong soul can survive with this disease if they take care and are mindful. Perhaps I can show others that we are not all mindless beasts. Regardless, Yoshida's sword is now mine. It's a newer blade than my own, and appears to be made with some sort of enhanced Dekoto processing tungsten carbon edge. He lifts the katana, running one claw down the black of the blade. I have noticed a marked improvement in my speed while using it, particularly with follow-through moves. Should an enemy fall to this sword, I shall be able to reposition more rapidly. Do you regret having to kill your unit? Gachu cocks his head and ponders. After a moment, he shakes his head. No, I do not believe I do. We were locked in a dance that could only end with my death or theirs. We chose that path, consciously or not, and I am unwilling to die that I could have lived. I value my life, even changed it as it is. This instance on following the structures of their duty ensure this end, just as surely as my refusal to die did. I regret only circumstance that training led us to this point. They were still my family. They were still family to me, even at that end. But if your family turned on you and tried to kill you, you would still defend yourself. What do you think of the last mission? Cocks his head and laughs. That is what we were already talking about, is it not? Is there anything else I can do for you? Have a good night, Gaichu. And same for you, friend. Box of mementos, let's see what we got. We've only got one thing. A hairpin. Examine the hairpin. The hairpin is delicately crafted, along with a golden stem tempering in a chain of orchids that dance upon the chain. I butchered that sentence. Examining this chain more closely, you observe a thin fiber optic wire that runs between the links back into the stem. There is a small switch on the base of the stem, undoubtedly connected to the fiber optic wire. Flip the switch. At the touch of your finger, hairpin springs to life. Coloured lights, blue, purple, play along the edges of the orchid. Soul holograms projected from the blooms, filling their hair with twinkles of stardust, 1,000 glittering motes. The hairpin stem produces a quiet, delicate melody that is full of melancholy. After a moment, the song ends, and the room is once again plunged into a deep silence. Glancing at Gachu, you see he has turned back to you, and you realise he has stopped breathing. Are you alright? I am fine. Do not concern yourself. The rough edge of his voice, however, says otherwise. Gachu takes a deep breath and begins. The hairpin belonged to a friend. It was a gift I gave her while we walked along the banks of Katasura River near Arashima. She must have been special. She was, to me anyway. But I have not thought of those days in many years. It was a more innocent time for me. Gachu finally turns towards you, his expression unreadable. Her name was Sayuri. We met in spring semester, an elective on the Heian era court poetry. Dear God, that must be some dense poetry, just guessing. I was trying to emulate one of the softer electives I needed to complete my degree. Cocking his head, Gachu puts his hand to his chin. Have you ever met someone and knew within seconds that you would be close? Yes, not often, but sometimes. Then you know the feeling I'm speaking of. Gachu draws a claw along the length of his jaw. Yeah, there I was, and I knew it. It was not a romantic understanding, but rather that I knew somehow our lives would intertwine. Naturally, we saw more and more of each other over the following weeks, and I suppose the friendship turned to something more, as these things do. Gachi wraps his arm around his torso, looking away. I do not have many friends, I never have, but she was that and more. She was studying chemistry, which is about as far from global security studies as I can imagine. We had a little in common. But it was still more than I really felt with anyone else. Looking back at Yugachu shrugs. It was an unconscious relationship because it was easy. I never needed to think about it. Did you love her? I do not know. Gachu shakes his head, pressing his palm to his brow. I'm unsure how I cannot know, but it was a state of it. I believe I did, but how can I be sure? She did not approve of my plans of joining Raraku. She found the youth brigade to be offensive and asked me not to devote my life to my military pursuits, but I believed I had to. I had set my course, and I could not change my mind. I refused. She left me. Siari said she could not be with someone that would devote himself to a murderer. She returned the hairpin and told me to keep it, to remind me of when I was deep in the bowels of Renraku's military machine. I don't know what to reply here. It sounds like you regret your decision. Perhaps I do. But I would have regretted abandoning my goals as well. That is the nature of life. As one avenue opens, another closes. We all have sacrifices to seek our own fortunes. Plucking the hairpin from your fingers, Gachu turns it delicately around in his fingers as he feels its shape. I keep this to remind myself of things that we have to give up in pursuit of what we think is best. But few of us really know what it is that we want. Not truly. We simply grasp at mirages that we think will fulfill us. Humans tie themselves to other people with the most tenuous of strings, thinking love will fill the emptiness inside us. When that fails, we tell ourselves that it is not meant to be, that fate or destiny would have wrenched us apart. But that is a convenient lie. It is up to us, and only up to us, to make our futures. Damn, Gaichu, I did not expect this actual interesting, I would say, positive life advice for my Shadowrun. So I feel that it would behoove me to never forget the thing I gave up in pursuit of the better option. I do not dwell in the past, nor am I haunted by it. But it would be doing Siori a disservice to forget what she wanted for me. Gachi places her head back in the box, turning away. I don't think you got anything else to say, do you? Because, yeah, have a good night. Damn, alright, going off that deeply human and personal thing of you can't, like, your past and stuff, time to talk to a person who's basically the opposite to that sort of mentality. Hi Rakta, how are you? Rakta's shop is alive in motion. Well man's tools in hand and spark with it, according to his own rhythm. The cacophony vibrates in the metal confines of the convenient engine room, attacking your ears as the light of electric torches stabs your ears. My friend, you're back. Reactor turns to you, his boots are off, and you can see the metallic gleam of his feet. Feeding from the corners of his boots, the gripping appendages unfold. Clawing grasped toes splay out in a direction at least 8 to a foot, and you see an alien protrusion like talons of some great carnivorous bird. What, buddy, what are you doing to your own feet? I wasn't convinced that you'd want to continue our little chat after last time. From under his desk, a light catches your glimpse of Kyoshi. Kokshi. I can't pronounce it. I'm glad I was wrong. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't miss out the little talks for the world. I'm pleased to hear you say so. I rather enjoy them myself. He turns, the sound of metal on metal filling your ears. So what do you want to talk about? Rakta, what's up with your feet? The replacement that was feared, I was feared with all those years ago. The many talon-like toes spray out from his feet, clawing at the ground, scraping against the metal flooring. They have been modified somewhat between then and now, as you can see, improved. What animal did you base the design on? The claws were inspired by a harpy eagle, quite a majestic creature, a hunter of primates, you know, he smiles. The quality was driven by artistic license. Impracticality, perhaps, but they please me all the same. Fair enough, man. I mean, You have bird feet. That's a fact that I did not know about you, but I mean, hey, you have bird feet. What can I say? I see that your shop is up and running again. What are you working on now? More options for Kyoshi, as always. He's still far from perfect, but every iteration inches him closer. I have questions about something that you mentioned last time. Okay, what do we have? You said you were diagnosed as a psychopath when you were 8. What led to that diagnosis? My mother had me tested. She was always kept a watchful eye on me, observant, so truth be told. It was a rather poor way to experience childhood. Shouldn't she have kept you on observation like that? You were just a kid. You're right, and at times her vigilance was unwarranted. She always made me feel like a prisoner in my own skin. Between her constant scrutiny and my father's vicious tongues, life was constantly unpleasant at home. He pauses and reflects. I suppose that my mother had her reasons to be afraid, but she was tiresome bore. Tiresome bore all the same. I did very little to arouse such intense suspicion. Define very little for me. A neighborhood had a pet rooster. It would crow at strange hours and wake me up. It woke me up. Well, we all hated that rooster, he shrugged. So one day I cut his throat with a hobby knife. Did the bird have a name? Cotaclear? Clear. I can't pronounce that. I suppose that in my neighborhood thought himself very clever. He was a very self-claratorial fool, and his bird was a pest, so I gave it a send-off that it deserved. You killed a neighbor's pet, and that isn't very little. And that, in a punctual mood, are we? In a punctual mood, are we? So tiresome. I eliminated a public nuisance. You steal and kill for money. The next time you feel moralizing, focus on your own ethic deficiencies. As I said, my mother walked in on me as I was studying the body. Okay, that's a bit weird, bit different. One look, and I could see it in her eyes. A grim certainty and the sense of a righteous justification for a lifetime of suspicion. She hauled me off to a psychiatrist the next day. So after you were diagnosed, what happened? He shrugs. I learned what was expected of me. Doctors was very helpful in that regard. He offered false hope and placebos and false promises that we could cure me if my family met his price. And to me, he offered an escape. All that I had to do was play along and my problems would be solved. It wasn't difficult to pretend I had been cured. Once I understood the outward signs that my mother was looking for, I was able to adjust to them well enough. In my time, my mother came around. I mean, in your place, you'd have done the same. Yeah, it's a weird thing with that is like that's not a good doctor. He should have been teaching a young actor mechanisms to help him understand people and like help him deal with it. Because like he's always as he's mentioned he has mental disorders where he can't empathize with people. So you know. He would need mechanisms to help him see things, or other methods that he knows will make people feel comfortable, or like ways to deal with it. Because being a psychopath does not make you a murderer; it just makes you lack empathy, which isn't like not entirely like it's. Or makes you not makes you not be able to read empathy on other people. So. It's an issue that you deal with, and it can cause very big problems in your interpersonal relationships with other people. It doesn't mean you're a bad person for having it. It's just a mental disorder. It don't make you any worse of a person. Of course, like if your kid does like show signs and kills animals, take him to a psychiatrist. That's generally a good rule of thumb. Anyone would, not everybody. Of course, anyone would have. Anyone would. Of course, you would have. Anyone would. Not everybody would succeed. Of course, have the risk of surrounding in modest. My natural talents for acting and mimicry are quite impressive, and I have been indecisive to play my role well. My grandfather lived out his final days in a black dolphin prison. Do you know that place? No, is it some kind of supermax prison in the UCAS? In terms of conditions, it's far worse. So Black Dolphin is one of the most appalling detainment facilities in Russia. That is saying quite a lot. I was determined not to wind up trapped in such a place. I am not an animal to be caged. Raiters bends down towards his fingers over Kiyoshi's chassis. The drone stands motionless. The lenses of its many optical sensors focus on you. In that case, you would have it. I'm glossing over many of the details, of course, but I'd rather not discuss my childhood any further. Instead, let's talk about the future and the promise it holds. So, in your ideal future, people are empathy, morality, or that's getting on board. If what you believe is true, if people with your condition will inherit Earth, how long do you think that can last? Indefinitely. What makes you ask? I mean, it is a good thing. Empathy, like, by the way, like, even I've said, like, and we'll go with the first one because I'm not like feeling like psychopaths aren't born predators. That's weird to say, but like, I dealt with people like you and the Barons all the time. Most often, yeah, okay. Intellectual curiosity, you can understand that, right? Of course, my friend, of course. He pauses for a moment, thrusting his hands in his pockets. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that a group of people with my condition would prove incompatible in some way. I will concede that we would feel no compulsion about going to war with another. We'd feel no compulsions about going to war with one another. That said, I don't think this is the most likely outcome. This is a sixth world, after all. Even if meta-humanity is supplanted by post-humanity, there will be other forces at work in the world. We will not be alone. You talking about supernatural, dragons, spirits, that kind of thing? Yes, and any form of intelligence that cannot or will not make the leap that we will make. Dragons and spirits would qualify, so would any meta-human holdovers that cling to their natural bodies. Artificial intelligence could also prove problematic. And what would they be to you? Competitors, prey? That remains to be seen, but they would give my people something to rally against. The coroner's master till upwards, a smile contains no warmth. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing how all of it plays out, aren't you? So where do we go from here? Forward, my friend, always forward. Silent Kyoshi studies you, artificial collapses waving holonopically. Will you join me, won't you? The future beckons us for both equally. Follow me and I'll guide you into a better tomorrow. I think of nothing more that would please me more. I'm not, like... sorry about the model. I just need to grab something off the floor. Okay, so, difficult thing here is... I don't... post-transhumanist humanity, not a bad... meta-humanity, not a bad idea. Big flaw. Rector isn't really a one who seems the most... he's willing to go with it, but I don't think he's the right person to lead a charge. But... I don't think he's sick. I'm probably gonna go, I'll agree to disagree about your perfect future. For the present, you have my full support. Very good, my friend. If nothing else, I'll have ample time to convince you. but in the intermediate future, there's a small matter of the World Sea to contend with. I will, of course, continue helping you the best I can. Need of allies as badly as you do, but this is my best interest of keeping me alive. Glad to have you working with us, Rack, but it isn't often that a guy gets a chance to work with the man of the future. He chuckles. No, I suppose not. Now will you excuse me? I know the drill, I'll show myself out. You see, you know me so well, and if it's as we share a single mind, he nods. Goodbye. How, like, Hyujin is a meta-human, and she is a decker and rigger. More like very much more in the Matrix stuff. So transhumanism is what she wants. She doesn't believe essence nor being psychopath is like inherent advantages, if that makes sense. She doesn't believe they're inherent advantages. Nor does she. Okay, so as you saw in the last run, you won there. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've like completed. Ah, God, sorry. We believe Duncan's talking lines. It seems. That's good. Huge on your back. I have any questions for Avalon? See, alright, okay, nothing there. Any thoughts on the last run? I wasn't there, alright. Gobber. Any thought about the last run? I guess all that history of his old unit was really eating at nibbles. Gobber thoughts around and glances over at a distance. I wasn't happy with him being there when you first invited him to join the team, you know? But I was wrong. He's a solid asset. Maybe not the most talkative, but a good guy to have in your corner. I'm glad you killed Ishida and just didn't turn him into a ghoul. That'd have been colder fate than anybody deserved. God shuddered. With Ishida dead, he's finally free. Maybe he'll learn to lighten up a little bit, or at least crack a smile now and again. So what do you need to talk about? Okay, cool. Wow, we've cleared all those things. Let's go see what we can do quickly. Let's see if we can post pay data. And get a new drone. I want new drones, game. I want new drones. Your worksheet is completion blue tone. Okay, yeah. Open your job directory. Sell the experimental drone. You quickly email kindly Shane about the information you hear about our Raku drone. A few moments later, a message pops up. Kindly Shane Hugin. Brave of you to do some side work without telling me, or stupid. Take your pick. Luckily, Auntie Sheng knows plenty of buyers for you new to it. I'll send the finder's fee over your way. Back. Check. We don't have any new messages. Open Shadowrun BBS. Search for keywords. No keywords. Post pay data. Run Raku launch schedule. Cool. Go back. How much money do we have? Not enough for anything. That's fun. That is fun. We really do not have enough for anything. Alright, that's a fun time. Alright, so let's open job directory. Looks view all active jobs. We got attending a party and a restaurant job. Attending a party. Hey Hyujin, I'm gonna keep this short because time is money. Kindly said to drop your line in case you forgot what needs to be done. Get 2 applause bays, dig up some dirt on Nivel, and get Penny Wong out of her contract. Don't care how to do it, just get it. Yeah, okay, cool. We're gonna do that one. We're gonna be doing that one today. We don't have enough money for a new drone, sadly. What an annoying time. Let's go see how much the new drone is, because we have like a new board. We're decking fine. I wish we had more like money to get more decking stuff, but reliable Matthew stands quietly, his hands hung limb by his side. He stares silently at the ground. There's a soft-spoken smile of the Hong Konger. He looks sad. He looks up at you, briefly approach, but he looks back around. Hey, Hyujin. He mumbles his words softly. What's going on? You don't seem yourself. Matthew mumbles something under his breath after a moment. He looks up suddenly. Can you do me a favor, Hyujin? I can't leave a lot right now. What's the favor? I'm supposed to pick up a medicine this morning, but I overslept. Could you go get it from Ambrosia for me? 10-armed Ambrosia? Sure. Thanks. Alright. 10-armed ambrosia. I forget who that is. I honestly forget who that is. I don't think it's a monk over here. I don't think it's that. Spider Shen. Oh, ambrosia. Yeah, no. 10-armed ambrosia is this guy. I'm an idiot. Hey, ambrosia. Yeah, 10-armed ambrosia. Hey, buddy. Amber, these dreams are getting out of hand, Eugene. You got them too, right? I normally wake up more tired than I fell asleep, but this is nuts. I'm here to pick up Reliable Matthew's medicine? Oh, really? Well, okay. Older arm opens a cabinet and cracks open a package. In a moment, it swings over to you, holding a plastic cylinder about the size of a rod of mince. Here you go. What are these? Sorry, Eugene, I can't discuss a patient's treatment without permission. Confidence in the Hippocratic Oath. All that you understand. Very well, I understand. Good, I gotta respect people's privacy. Inspect the cylinder. The cylinder is lettered a holographic on Blue Jays, non-smoker version. It has illustrations of laid-back lounge, a lizard of a man wearing a zoot suit and smoking a cigar. There's a sound in plastic. You can see a stack of what looks like tiny pills. Okay, we have nothing to do that. Poker cylinder. Thanks, Eugene. A pocket. I'll pocket. Thanks, Eugene. I'll be happy to see you. So you were a Hong Kong Shadowrunner? Yeah, I was. He looks up and down at the remains of his body scatters, man, but I'm sure they look like one now. Ambrosia yawns and stretches, strains his legs stump, and guides his arm in the opposite direction. Man, that felt good. So there's a particular way this conversation goes. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Yeah, we orbit around each other for a while, then tactfully agree to speak on the vaguest of terms. Rosa looks at you approvingly. The grapevine says it's your first rodeo. I'm not sure I believe that. Listen, I am circumvented about my past, and you're a new active runner, so I don't want to know any of your story. It's only a liability to me. Ambrose pops himself up painfully and leans forward, his living eye an intelligent gleam in it. So let's make this conversation useful. I'm cutting the BS and giving you a down low on Hong Kong from an expert runner's perspective. In return, you don't dig for my job. You don't dig for my job list. Deal. Rock solid. Hong Kong is a good lily pad for derby crashers like yourself, Eugene. The shadows are deep, the money flows. It's friendly to foreigners. There's no real government. The whole place is run by corporations and syndicates. However, fresh meat off the boat, you got to decide who you want to be. Foreign runners follow free career paths. They burn their bridges and they get out fast, or they die. If you're a short-time runner, you can be as violent and splashy as you want, but a wallow arm swings over his shoulder and points empathetically towards you at you with his claw. If you're here for the long haul, learn the local arts, discern, restraint, respect, forget all that long-term face, and don't embarrass people. The Hong Kong shadows grind through expendable runners, and they're loaded up with bad faces and dumped in Victoria Harbour. So do what you have to do and watch your back. Great, thanks for... Interesting, what else have you got? What else? Well, Hong Kong is a very complex place. The other thing to remember is Hong Kong is a really complex place. If one of the great global cities, the enclaves of a major megacrop, it's Syndicate Town. It's a refugee magnet, and it's Gugong. At some level, everything goes here, but Ambrose takes a deep breath and continues in a low, apprehensive tone. When in doubt, assume old Hong Kong traditions rule. I say the loudmouth. I say that as a loudmouth bastard. Be polite, respect honor, be modest, honor favors, maintain face, give respect, and always treat people's time valuably. Go on. Hong Kong fascinates me. I used to hate it here. Now I love it. Ambrose takes a deep breath and sighs constantly. I've found a little peace. If you survive, maybe you can too. And you sure do seem like a survivor. People know who I am, but only in the network kindly runs the neighborhood like Specs main country. You paddle a boat across the canal, and no one ever heard of me. And never... Ambrose suddenly stops himself and he realizes what he's saying. He finishes lonely. Anyway, it's private. Understood. Good. Well, that's my wisdom. Ambrose breaks it into trouble. Wait, what am I saying? My wisdom is you can never be too low a profile, too lawyered up, or too well armed. Show me your services. Medical supplies. Do we have? What is our medical supplies? I don't even know. Goodbye for time, Ambrose. Cheers, you Ching, and talk to you later. We're not even gonna look at our medical supplies. We're gonna do a run out look, and then hopefully we can get through it without too much concern, because we're low on cash. And I want a new drone. And I really want a new drone. Like, really badly. Real badly want a new drone. I've only got one more normal job left, like 2 more normal jobs left, so it's like, oh hey, okay, let's hope we get enough cash from both of those, right? You did? Yes, I did. Really? Thank you, that's great, give it to me. Chips and stuff, here you go. Matthew hesitates to explain for you, but his hand shaking as he spreads this thing with chip from it. He pulls back his head and puts a chip into a hidden data track. He stands stock still with his eye closed, his eyelids fly open and rippled movements through his body. His eyes snap open, he flashes you a vacant grin. Hey, beautiful. Boy, am I glad to be back. The day was a little dreary there for a while, but now I'm back and I'm in fighting shape. He pulls a fresh Chicago from his pocket and twists for like a tip with gusto and the nights for time to push some tin. You just slide into synthetic personality. No, siree, beautiful. This puppy's aesthetic, genuinely aesthetic, aesthetically awesome. Phew, wow, the smell of fresh air, feel the victory. He cracks his knuckles loud. Some lucky soul is gonna get a great deal of the drones today, Hugh Jin, all thanks to you. Let's talk about your aesthetically awesome BTL personality. She flishes. Can't talk about that now, beautiful. Gotta make sales. I feel too good to slow down. Catch me later, why don't you? Oh, I can't look at your drones. Let's look at the drones. Okay, 4,000 for max level drones. Alright, that's a lot of money. Can we sell any items? No, not really. Okay, cool. Exit. I noticed a lot. It looks like someone vandalized your trailer. Ah, what do you mean? The paint? It's just some neighborhood kid. Good kids, having a lark. Nearly fell over laughing when I saw it this morning. Why would someone call you a job stealer? No idea. Drones are the job markets. He wrangles a cigar from his cigar from me. I know what you're thinking, Hugin. I think drones take jobs. Well, medicine takes jobs from undertakers, and sewer drones take jobs from people who used to crawl through filth to feed their families. He holds his hand somberly over his heart as his voice deepens. When you see the drone messages or maids, it's easy to think that used to be a person. Could be. But that person can do another job now, and they can have a drone themselves. Everyone is better off. Why? Matthew's voice raises. His smile wrinkles painfully around the edges of his carry-on enthusiastic. The same person who calls drones job stealers often themselves come to me for... Matthew suddenly shuts. His smile gets even more waxy. Hey, let's not get all wrapped up in that stuff. It's too cheery a day for running over our heels. What exactly what exactly are your drones you sell used for? Just about everything. They're helpers to metahumans in all sorts of useful ways. Drones clean, carry messages, lift heavy loads, detain tasks. Why, drones can even care for infirm and provide companionship to children. Matthew taps his temple with his finger meaningfully. Think about it, beautiful. All the boring, dangerous, painful jobs that people used to do, the jobs No drones now do. He glances around to Helios and up to the walled sea above. Despite his bright eyes, the gleam smiles, the voice sounds almost thoughtful. Because of mechanization, we don't force workers to breathe as many chemicals into refineries. We don't make teenager girls pick silk cocoons out of boiling water. Not anymore. Drones help us. He shakes his pressing of the airs of serious, clamps down on Shikara in his teeth and thrusts in his pockets. That's really sunny, aren't they? How do people here feel about drones? How do people feel about drones? Why they love them? Just about every household can afford a drone. Has drones. Are you sure you don't want to try out this little UC2 tarantula? It gives a great entry-level personal assistant. Reliable Matthew smiles widely, but veggies his mouth twitch uncomfortable. Drones free people of skilled jobs. They make the economy efficient, and drones give poor people services they can't afford otherwise. Wow, Eugene, just smell that brisk fresh air. He inhales deeply through his nose, drawing in fast reeks of polluted river, the salt and tar in the monsoon season. But this topic fascinates, really fascinates, but I've got to get back to work. Shall we walk for a lot? Goodbye, Matthew. I have no idea what's going on in the story because I feel like I've missed a lot of the vendors' stories, but we're just going to get on with the run this stream. Don't know how long it's going to take us, but hey. Board train. We're going to go with, we're gonna go with travel to Roswell's Hub, dig up information on Nova. We're gonna go with that one. Ranked Duncan got it. We're gonna go with this team because we've already taken Gachi on a couple of runs. You know, sort of the combat guy. You arrive at the impossibly named Repulse Bay, a gleaming hotel and apartment building on the shores of Repulse Bay, Hong Kong Island. Rolling storm clouds choke the sky, leading the structure into sinister appearance. As you push through the door and into the building, a sudden break in the clouds reveals the sun has gone red as blood. You make your way up to the you make your way into the ground floor elevator. The attendant pays you no mind. As the car climbs, you hear sounds of Butane drawing closer. As the doors slide open, you find Minerva's parties in full swing. Okay, we're not taking. I mean, we got. Don't need that, but I can swap it. Okay, let me swap that out. I think we're good on everything else. Yeah, seems like we're good on everything else. Nice. I don't know why we got like Goblet's gear in our thing, but hey, confirm. Still haven't bought an armor since the start of the game, dear god, what time. The elevator disgorges you onto a maze unmanned with little fanfare. Off in the distance you can hear the sounds of clicking glasses, carefree laughter and silverware on china. I'm kind of out of my element here, Eugene. I'm not much of a pie person. Do you want to handle this? Check the apartment first? My vote is a party. Can we go to the party? Well, we'll play it by ear. I don't know this scene any better than you do. That's probably the wisest choice. He strokes his chin and Koshi flexes the analyze the limbs. Lead on, we'll follow. Alright, cool. We gotta get into... Where do we need to go? What is our thing here? Optional, go to mid. Okay, cool. We can like look around the pie. But none of us are social animals. This is helpful. This is helpful. Jackin. Blaster, erosion, medic, suppression. Take my two boys. Firewall. Alright, so this is a pretty short. Okay, let's have a look here. So we have. Okay, cool. I'm just kind of learning the pattern right now. Whoops! messed that one up, but at least this one looks like really small, so we can deal with it fairly easily. Oh my god, that was not a good miss. That was not a good miss. Ah, alright, cool. Damn, that really worked out well, actually. I didn't look at that seeing that this only has 3, which is not a great tighter limit of like what I expected. But hey, since they only had like 3, ow, flip. Alright, so to do this, we're gonna activate some suppression quickly. Damn, that didn't even take it down enough. Whatever, let's just blast this door. If we can even here, cool, nice. Search for information on Neil Manor. Apartment door code, cool, that's great. Search other records, events. Yeah, this bring pyro revenue, download inventory. Search for other records, planned hotel expansion. You download a series of files explaining your hotel's grounds. These might be valuable to local construction forms. Search other data records, maintenance logs. Cool. Get back, nice. Alright, cool. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We got the pay data. Let's go to a buy. With our like free charisma. That's always a smart choice. A sullen-looking controls lands in the Privileged kitchen. He turns to you and shoulders a slant forward sign. No restaurant service tonight. The kitchen staff's too busy with pie to service anyone. Wish I could go into the balcony. He whiffs all that delicious food. See, the guy knows what's up. Looks fancy. Who's owning the party? Yeah, a trid producer, I think. Saw some actors out there earlier. Some of them who act in Promised Moonlight. He fades away. Have you seen that show? Hey, have you seen that show? I'm afraid not. He eyes you with excitement. You need to see it. The best show on Matrido ever. He leans forward, inches from you. Ever. I'll get right on that. Good luck with the kitchen, buddy. Oh, this is a big party. Oh my god, alright. Oh no, it's in the even... okay, cool. We can't talk to any of the staff. Let's talk to a waiter. The ragged waiter manages to straighten up as you approach. Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to the manager's repulse bay. How may I best to serve you? What's with the garden on the balcony? There's a private party going on outside. Establishments provide security for everyone that the event requires. But don't worry, the balcony will be free again in a few hours. I have some questions about Maneuver May. Ever heard of him? His expression clouds. Certainly, everybody knows Mr. May. Yeah, what kind of guy is he? Between you and me, he's difficult, which is putting it lightly. Man runs the staff ragged. He jugs a thumb to the direction of the manager. That's his pie out there. Richies like him love to display their wealth. Sounds like you have some stories. He lowers his voice. Well, like you wouldn't believe. He once made a handful of us walk away out to Shreko to finish dumplings for his guests. It was pouring out. The winds were blowing in our face about 50 kilometers per hour. Practically a death march in that weather. Why didn't the kitchen make some dumplings? He said the kitchen's dumplings were not good enough, called them peasant food in front of all his guests. Chef Kang was furious, of course, but since May's a rich hotel manager told us to give him whatever he wanted. By the time we got back from the Shiko, the dumplings were cold and the party was over, and May had retired to his suite with a pair of starlets. We had to pay for those dumplings out of our own down pockets. A couple of days later, Kevin came down with a cold from the trip. Lost his job over it. And that's just one of our experience with him. Needless to say, no one here is a fan of the man, but we paid to serve the tenants, so what should we do? He shrugs. It's a living. You look exhausted. Why didn't you take a break? Not yet. I can't afford to miss any tips, he sighs. I went to Miyaka last week and it wiped me out. Bad luck with the horses, you know? Today's your I don't want to pay money. I got so little money, but sure. Today's your lucky day. Changes. I'm willing to help you out with some full information. He stares at you suspiciously. I'm listening. I need to get access. No, okay, cool. You know what? Never mind. We can already get access to the house. We don't need to pay. We got the door code. Let's talk to the security guard. We may just back up because we're not. None of us are social. Like, none of us. Like, Goblin has charisma, but I'm pretty sure this isn't the type of social stuff. Oh, pie. Oh, yeah, we have a pie. Security stands in front of Pure. Bored expression on her face. He looks up at you. Private pie, pal. Invitations only. Here you go. He takes the invitation, scrutinizes it, and looks up at you, reluctant plain on his face. Enjoy your party, man. Alright, what do we have here? We have the person of the hour, Penelope Wong, and the producer who looks like a mage. Let's go speak to him and see what's up. The party goer raises an eyebrow as you approach. They're serving century-old Kabata-like punch out here. It's hard to believe considering how much a single bottle costs, but it's even harder to believe Mr. Mao is hosting this party as soon as he's absent. Still fuzzy on the details. What happened? The man's a machine, he smirks, amused himself. Not literally, but he might as well be. The way he sprang back after T-boned it before he clicks in an hour. Sorry, this just reminded me of the weird Pacific quest from Bloodlines. If you've played Bloodlines as a vampire who's a famous star, and there's like a whole big thing is he's been in a really bad crash, but he's still alive, and people are surprised like that. Jesus, how's he even standing? I don't know how, but here he is, alive and kicking, or dining, regard have it. If you ask me, it's all that positive key the fans have stirred up. I hear their entire message boards praying for him, making offerings at temples. The Matrix is nuts for promise in the moonlight. If May hadn't negotiated a second season, his fans would have just easily have turned on him. If that's what it takes to win immortality, maybe I should become famous too. Isn't that why we're all here? To be famous, become famous, or make someone else famous? You catch the sight of someone across the room. Lisa over here gives you a curt nod. Nice talking to you. Alright, that's pretty cool. But Penelope Wong. The glamorous starlet flashes you a standard celebrity style. Lovely but emotionless. Good evening, Penelope Wong, but please call me Penny. Nice to meet you, Penny. Name's Agil. Agil? She stirs her drink, tentative sip. What brings you to our little soiree, Miss Agil? I don't believe I've seen you around the studio before. Some business. A friend of a friend sort of situation. He asked me to check on Neville. Seems he's recovered quickly considering the accident. A smile lights up on her face. Oh, it was absolutely miraculous. I must admit, I nearly died of fright when I heard what happened. But to look at Neville now, you'd guess he's never hurt. Just miraculous. His medical bills must be steep. I saw pictures of that and messy. Neville included. I wouldn't know. The hospital was first class, only the best for Neville. But I never asked about his finances. Not my place. Can't fault you for that. If I had to guess, I'd say you never reached out for some new investors to cover the bills. Someone new? For a moment, she's lost in thought, face twisted in concern. No, I don't think so. But Neville did make new friends while in Yangazo. Go on. There's a woman, can't remember her name, who now visits Neville regularly. I heard she's quite the fashionista. They sound close. Penelope shrugs. They seem to be going on well. I'm a little sad he's never introduced us though. She's supposed to make an appearance tonight. I'm very much looking forward to meeting her. Penelope glances just over your shoulder for a moment and she smiles at someone behind you. Oh, please excuse me, miss. That's Mr. Yao, and I promised I'd say hello to him tonight. Enjoy your pie. Thank you, Patty. It was a pleasure. Damn, apparently having free charisma. I'm gonna have a... Oh, man, okay. Let's talk to the man himself, Mel Mai. Mel Mai is dressed in a Markley suit, surveying his pie from the edge of the balcony. As you approach, he inclines his head respectively. Good evening, miss. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've been formally introduced. He straightens his wristwatch. I'm Neville Mai, owner of the Yellow Spring Studios. I'm Miss Argent. This is one can't say word pie. Must have been awfully expensive. He misses your concerns well away. If it's nothing, a drop in the bucket compared to what we make on set for sound costumes. Period dramas are costly produced, but they're what people want to watch. That is fact. I don't know if it's what people want to watch, but period dramas are insanely expensive. If you did not know that, I heard about your accident. How did it happen? He sighs. It seems like all those don't want to talk about these days. To be honest, I'm getting rather tired of repeating the story. Suffice to say, a delivery truck had drone, an experienced glitch, and I ran a red light. If it hadn't hit me, it would have hit someone else. Do you think it was intentional? Ah, damn no. What the glitch? I couldn't rule it out, but that seems rather far-fetched to me. I'm just a triad producer, hardly the sort of man to himself on anyone's enemies list. I heard you made new friends while you were at the hospital. Yes, Miss Fang. She's quite an admirer of the promise in the moonlight. She kept my spirits up while I recovered from the accident. What line of work is she in? She's independently wealthy. I believe that she was an early investor in Eastern Tiger during their expansion several years ago. You were discharged from hospital pretty quickly after your accident. Your treatment must have been expensive. Not especially. Guys' hospitals are top tier. Confidently, my rapid recovery mostly came down to luck. The accident could have been a lot worse than it was. I owe Oricar a lot for thanks for their safety features. Thank you for talking with me, Mr. Ma. Pleasure. Please enjoy the pie. And that is everybody that we can talk to here. We do not have the biotech to understand that thing. No, we do not. So up we go to the elevator. We've got some interesting information that we found out there. Nothing for the game to take. Oh, those were messing me. Oh, those are messing with me. Like they look like windows going up, and I thought we were moving up for a second. Oh, that's cool. 1634. I know it's 3.5, I just messed up some of the code. The door unlocks. Hacking is amazing. Why is it so... Oh, I can see my breath. I got some stupid idea now. If anyone knows of the short story by Lovecraft, Cold Air, rows and rows of finely tailored suits, custom shoes, and various accessories. Okay, so nothing much in here. Might have Gobber do some spirit stuff in here, because, dear God. Ah. Creepy whispers. So we have, like, 3 things. Inspect. The opposite side of the living room is dominated by a massive security door. It's much heavier than the interior department, and looks like a recent addition. Walls have been clearly enforced and supported. The series of top-tier commercial-grade megalocks hold a door sealed. It would be easier to tunnel through the wall than it would just be break it open. Examine it. A cursory glance out of the door frame reveals no signs of a keypad or jack pull, but you do see appears of RFD reader. A 16-digit number has been stapled onto one side of the reader in red ink. This didn't come with an apartment. Looks new. Man must have had it after the incident. Wonder why he chose to have it done to an interior door. To keep up an appearance, I think. Can you imagine what installing this monstrosity in the hallway could have done to the building's aesthetic? People would talk about it, and have exactly what a man like Mao doesn't want to happen. Well, one thing is certain, we aren't getting through with our key. Most likely that means we'll have to get one from Mao, from one of his people. Ah, shucks, I guess we could have gone back to the pie. I guess we'd have to go back to the pie. I mean, that is the next logical step. Tell me we're going to the pie. Looks that way, Salah, we got a pie to attend. Okay, cool. Wait, okay, cool. We can look at cabinet. We're still gonna have a little look around. Steal a step. The liquor cabinet is expensive wines and spirits, several distant tips on one particular catches the eye, a bottle of brilliant white red. Steal a sip. You can take a gun and quickly gag. The wine is warm, and given the temperature of the room, it's disgustingly salty. It's blood. It's blood. Oh. What's wrong with you, woman? Did you usually drink a collection of illegally searching someone's houses? Lesson learned. Gross. I don't care if it's cat piss or Zeus's tears. What I do care about is that you just left your DNA evidence in an apartment that we've broken into. Duncan pulls an alcohol swab from his belt and wipes it off a mouth of the deck and no one linked himself angrily easily shakes. I swear, Hugin, sometimes. They're a vampire. His friend's a vampire. His friend's a goddamn vampire. Is this mission a reference to Bloodlines? He's a vampire. That's gotta be it. He's straight up a vampire. What's this mission called? Hang on, I need to look at this. Wait a minute, I'll look at it when I get back, because, like... I wonder if Gachu would, like, catch on as blood. Considering, you know. We can only talk to Penelope. Let's see if she can give us. Just passing by. Okay, let's see if the waiter knows anything here. Actually, first. Actually, never mind. Okay, let's see. I don't think the super fan. He's just a super fan, isn't he? He's not like any. No, I can't even talk to him anymore. But there's a heavy, scary door in Noah Myers' apartment. Don't think about that. The way he opens his mouth to reply, then pauses. Just how do you know about that? And when were you in Myers' apartment? A few days ago, I left something in there and I need to get back. We don't want to cause a scene, and I mean, we could go bother Mary doing his pie, but we could just. Hi there, hello. Would look as bad for you if it would for us. He lowers his voice. Tell you what, try talking to Chef Kang in the kitchen. He's got the keys just about to every door in this place. On a VIP request, he's expected to personally deliver their meals if the status thing. Compliments of a chef. No. But I did realize why I might have. He's a vampire, isn't he? And the thing that we drunk in the place is blood, which technically is the second time Hugh Jin here has accidentally committed cannibalism by eating someone else's food. On request, he's expected personal delivery of the meal. Okay, a poor guy spends as much time delivering food as he does cooking. Worth a try, thanks. No problem, just don't mention I sent you. Chef's a vengeful man, so I don't want to get on his bad side. Alright, man, enjoy your day. Also, the reason we didn't take him is we haven't taken Duncan out on a mission for a while, so you know. Might as well. The chef looks up at from the pile of boiling water, red faced and steaming, and now came reads on Victor Kang. I thought I told them to send in a waiter. Who the hell are you? I'm gonna be straight. I need to get past Neville May's scurry door. Yeah, I could do that, and I could lose my job for it. Even go to jail. Sounds like a real winner of a position for me. He strains about the. Oh, is that unique dialogue for that? Oh, that'd be cool to know. Sounds like a real winner position. He strains without boiling fish through a sieve. Go to work. Got work to do, stranger. Doors that way. I heard Mao insulted your dumplings in front of his guests. That's harsh. His expression hardens. Yeah, it cost me a raise and a whole lot of face. I bet that bastard didn't lose a wink of sleep over it either. With a single motion, the chef lops off the fish's head. I know a thing or two that could have me churning in his silk pajamas. Considering your key fob, the means to an end. Yeah, gladly. He grabs a plastic tab from his apron pocket and tosses it. Ruin him, will you? Or at the very least ruin his day. I'll consider it a bonus you wreck his amateur girlfriend, Vigidi Starlet too. Girlfriend, what girlfriend? What's her name? He snaps his figure. Ku Fang, that's it. She's a rich wench who paid for May's hospital stay. Skinny animatic thing. Never eats. This is just a question Bloodlines. If I don't know if you played Bloodlines Day Off. I assume you Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines. I assume you might have. But I was saying earlier on. Wait, this just reminds me of that bit from Bloodlines where a famous guy has been in a huge car accident, but he's alright because he's a vampire. I wonder if this mission's a reference to that. That was even before I hinted on that this guy is a vampire, or like, there's vampires involved. I was like, oh, that sounds like... I was just like, oh, okay, cool. First I thought it was a fling, but now I'm not so sure. Maybe you can split them up. I'd thank you for that. Don't suppose she takes up wine warm and salted. I've heard rumours. It does. Warm and salted wine. What a disaster. No, she just orders wine. It's plain old wine. Wouldn't stop her from slipping her own seasonings, though. Alright, thanks for the help, chef. No, thank you. Okay, we haven't got, like... too much more things? Let's head up. I don't... That was a whole mission, and I was like... I was thinking, I was like, oh, is it a reference to like similar things that like I assume the guys who made this game is aware of Bloodlines. It is a famous game amongst RPG nuts, and I was like, wait a second, guy might actually be a vampire. As you approach the door, a light sets into your key fob and goes red to green. There's a loud scrunching series of clunks and the door slides open. A blast of frigid air floods into the room from the other side. This is a nice room, not gonna lie, dear god. Cyber terminal. Okay, that's what we got right now. An expensive custom-grade computer terminal awaits you, promising the display of the background is screen captured from promised moonlight. Penelope Wong's radiates face from beam at you from the corner of the screen. This must be Mao's personal terminal, he smiles. Can't think of a better place to dig up the dirt on the man. Log in as a guest. I'm pretty sure I have enough decking skills to get in as the actual man, but alright, game. A few keystrokes as it takes you into the computer's file structure. By tech security of Vidora's apartment, it seems like Matt is not bothered with encrypting his machine, and an option menu appears. Search email. You read through Matt's email, most of it's spam and boring business arrangements, but one of the details stands out. Neville May is frequently emailing a woman named Ku Fang, who they seem close, exchanging a lot of thinly veiled flirtations. It appears Neville has been lavishing Ku Fang with money and infliction expensive gifts, rent checks, miserable attempts at poetry, seeing into that every need is met. Search financial records. Neville's records are astonishingly boring, aside for two major things. He spent next to nothing in hospital bills, where apparently he only stayed for 3 days, and he's spending a lot of money on a woman named Ku Fang, jewelry bills, clothes, and such. Unlock the office door. With a push of a button, you unlock the office door on the side of the room. An ominous thunk reverberates through the cold steel apartment. She brought steaks. Don't know why that's just not standard. Without warning, a frigid wind blows through the apartment and chill tugs through your body and clothes, raising goose flesh all over your body. What? Where is that coming from? And I hate vampires. I hate vampires when you aren't one. There's another blast of cold air, and a pale, opposing woman materializes in thin air. A throng of black-faced men and women materialize alongside her. Ah, the little dog who's been sniffing around naval mare's affairs. Her voice is suspicious, arrogant. Ku Feng, I presume? She nods. Just so. My servants have been watching you since you arrived. I suspect that you're an evil woman, and that you are here to harm Neville, and I came to stop you. I couldn't be letting less interested in hurting Neville, lady. I'm just here to finish a job. Is that true? Then it is a shame. You have seen my face, and you know why I am. Naturally, I cannot allow you to leave, and you cannot afford to fight me here, for fear of police involvement. Do not overestimate my stupidity, vampire. I'll find my way through God knows amount of cops. She lifts up her chin and perhaps we could sell this in a more civilized. Yeah, perhaps we could perhaps this civilized a face-off in a neutral location. Will you accept my challenge? A duel at midnight works for me. Very well. Doesn't. I'm very weak. For terms, if I win, you'll willingly submit to my influence. You become my pawn, and if you win, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. She nods grinningly. Wait 15 minutes for the sun to go down, then come to the roof. We'll sell things there, like gentlemen and ladies. You underestimate me, vampire. I'm gonna run behind a corner like a coward, but my drone won't. The sun dips down on the horizon, mist coalesces correlating onto the rooftop. I wonder what type of... if she's just got main vampire, because I don't think the Chinese hopping zombie / vampire is a thing in Shadowrun? I could be wrong. It's been a while since I looked at the HMIV. Human metahuman HMVMV, I think is like the full acronym. The sun dips onto the horizon below. Mist correlates, coating the rooftop in dew. Ku Feng and her cohorts appear. Huh, new look. Are you prepared to become my servant, elf? You must not resist. I'll be forced to kill you. Should it come to that, I'll endeavor to make it swift and painless, but no promises. Well, she's going full vampire. Let's see. Let's see what you got. This will be entertaining. Kill her. Oh, they got... This is such a nice environment. I hate to ruin it. I say that, but... Control? Hang on, let's go to that to Hugin. Let's go to... Who do we have a better chance to hit this with? We have a better chance on that person. Let's go. Cool. Let's just rock the drone up here and see who we have a better chance of hitting. Okay, 70s. Let's get our actor over here and do the same thing. I love our drones. Our drones are amazing. Whoops, did not mean to go into close combat. That was a mistake a bit, but hey, switch to gun. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore you missed at the closest of range as possible. Missed, okay, that's fair enough. There's no real good cover right now, aside from going here and trying to take out... We could actually, we got a good one. That's good. Gobber, Summon Spirit would be very useful, but we should be able to get you into cover from here. They're literally just civilians. I mean, the civilians who are fighting with a vampire, yeah, true. Maybe we should have done long lethal. Maybe, but... Yeah... I just noticed they did have civilian tags. They are trying to kill us though, so... Did you just try and magic my drone? Okay, you got a crit on my drone. Well done. I'm sure that makes you feel great. Oh, we might have to move Hyujin because she is getting dangerously close to us. So let's see where we can like scurry off to. I guess still good scurrying places right now. I guess so. Yeah. They have swords? No, they have swords and guns. Let's go to this. Let's just rock up here. Hello guys, what's up? Ancient magic vampire versus modern technology. You love to see it. Ah, cool. Ah, damn, that one guy didn't have to die. What a shame, but hey. Gufan calmly and hauntingly dissolves in her eyes as it goes away. Wait, I surrender. Don't kill me. What's wrong? Not feeling so powerful now? She clasps her hands, pleading. The whole mistress of the night thing, it's an act. It's just an encounter. I'm just an encounter which got infected. I don't know how to fight. I was faking it. I just wanted to scare you into backing down. At an encounter. She nods. I was on a business trip in Shiara last year and went to a rave and got drunk and passed out. When I woke up, I was in an alley and someone had done this to me. Well, I'm stealing. Well, that's a concept to steal for Shadowrun. Thank you very much. Okay, so you managed to rope in your security force in fighting Shadowrunners. Alright, man. Let's not. We're gonna bury that crushing guilt of killing a man down and wait until next. So you decided to brace the whole vampire thing? What choice did I have? I couldn't go back to work, and it was a dead-end job anyway. Upwards mobility, no room to grow. Well, I did what I had to do. I did what I have to done. I tried to make the best of it to capitalize on my new abilities. I'm a vampire now. I can't control that, but I can control how I choose to monetize it. So what's your end game? Where do you see this working out? Beats me. If it's not like I have a rule book for this. Yeah, true. Does he enjoy killing, or is he just like impartial to it? He can't feel empathy anyway, so like, it's not like I have a rulebook for this anyway. I'm just going to make up rules as I go along. Who knows? Maybe I could have eventually become the vampire queen of Repose Bay. Oh god, this is dealing like World of Darkness. I've dealt with this stuff in World of Darkness before. Okay, wait, so the whole thing has just been you, improvising? Pretty much, yeah. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just doing my best. She looks away in shame. Her voice goes flat. Look, if I'm ever found out I'm going to be killed for bounty money, it was either this or get gunned down by vampire hunters. How do you manage to survive? I've been hiding out in Kowloon. I was hoping to just disappear. As far as my friends and family know, I'm missing, maybe dead. Her chest hitches. She looks miserable. I think I found... Anyway, we can take the dead body back to Gachu or feed it to her. I mean, you know, think of the positives. Think of the positives. It's like having a Nagaraja in a vampire game. They need to eat flesh and can't drink blood. So, you know, maybe the gang member you're just brutally sculling with your vampire strength is like, had a family. But at least one of you's not going to frenzy to the beast. You can't just live with what you got. I think that's for the best. I mean, how could I explain what I've become? Can you imagine how ashamed my family would be to find out I become this monster? No, it's better they think I'm dead. So, can we call a truce or something? I scratch you back, you let me live. She claps her hands, pleasing. What do you say? I think we could work something out conditionally. She nods eagerly. Yes, Les, anything. Just tell me what you need. First off, I want some answers. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Just please ask me questions I answer. No lying, I promise. How are you and May connected? I happen to be the same hospital as he was, trolling for a meal. I don't like to drink blood from unwilling people, so I go to hospitals at night looking for people who won't mind if I take a sip. Some people in comas, patients with terminal illness, that kind of thing. It makes me feel bad about what I have to do. So I wandered into a room and recognized Neville May. I'd seen him on the news, seen photos of the accident. He was in really bad shape, a lot of broken bones and internal injuries, but somehow he was still conscious. so you offered him help. Well, I knew that if I gave him uninfected people my blood, they'd be able to heal just like me, but not as fast. I figured that out early, and by mistake. But if they kind of came in handy from a time, so basically, okay, that's cool. So when I saw Manila unconscious, I decided to make my grand appearance. I materialized in the room and told him that I'd made a trade and I'd fix him. Good as new, but he'd owed me some favors for it. I wasn't specifically as to how many favors or what kind. He agreed. Actually, he left out a chance to become my pawn. I guess just when you're all broken up like that, you'd do anything to get better. The deal was done and we got along. I think he's charming. I think he thinks I'm funny and doesn't care that I'm a vampire. He told me if he gives me a nice things because he likes me and not because he owes me his life. It's very sweet. What's it like to be a vampire? About the same as being a person, the human metahuman vampiric virus, so it's HMVV, is like any other disease, except inside of coughing, I can't go out during the day. It's not all bad though. I can turn into mist, and I'm a lot stronger than I used to be. I still have to wash my hair and pay for parking. You know what I miss the most? Steam buns. I can't eat or drink anything aside from blood, and I love street food. Before I got infected, sometimes I walk up to a food cart just to smell the things they're frying up. But if I buy something, 10 minutes later, it's all be coming up in a mess. Is there a cure? I wish, but no. The only cure is being tossed into a bonfire or having your head chopped up. Almost every nation in the world will pay a bounty for a dead vampire. It's not like I have a choice, you know. Be a vampire or get killed by some quick cash. It's a raw deal for me either way. I've decided what's gonna happen. Okay, she excels. What's gonna happen? Okay. Okay, so we can either get her to break up Penelope. What's our actual mission here? It's to get blackmail, right? Okay, cool. We've already got the indiscriminating evidence. Nice. You can live up to your potential now. I'm gonna help you. She blinks. You are? We are? Me and Duncan grew up on the streets. We didn't teach much about how to... Me and Duncan grew up on the streets, and we can't teach you much about how to be a monster, but at least we can tell you what not to do. Actually, yeah, we could, but why would we? Just it makes me laugh. Because I've decided that I like you, and I can think of worse friends to have on my side than a vampire. A brilliant smile rings across her face. Well, in that case, I accept gratefully. What about Mr. Cheyenne? What are you supposed to tell him? He wants Penelope Wong. What do you say, Kufang? You think you can get Neville to let her go? In a heartbeat. Neville didn't say no to me. He'll do it with no question. In that case, it's settled. We'll be in touch. She bows. It's settled then. Maybe this is the beginning of a long, fruitful relationship. How long until we just become a recluse center for people suffering from HMVV? Oh, take it to the floor because we don't really have anything else to do here. We're just leaving? Yeah, just leave. One of the weirder runs I've had in my life? Maybe, but cool. We got a vampire friend now. Got a vampire and a ghoul friend. Let's go. We got such a weird group of people. I love it. The clink of glass from the sound of Elspeth and Neville May's party fades into the distance as you leave the Repulse Bay. As the MTR carries you towards Hioi, the mountains of Hong Kong Islands roll by. The undead Yeah. Oh my, we got such a weird group. I love it. Islands rolled by looming masses, discovered by rain and storm clouds. Penelope Wong has been fired from Promised Moonlight, and May will be in serious disadvantage without her. The whims of Triad views shift as readily as the tide, without Starlet promised. Promised Moonlight will undoubtedly lose rating. What's more, you managed to turn a powerful foe into a potential ally. Only time will tell how Ku Fang will repay you, however. Listen, it's either like have her go back to her how what she's doing, or like help her out, and I'd rather help her out. I want a cool vampire buddy. Intelligence, dude. Okay, cool, yeah, enough. Time to go see if we can get enough cash from this job to get some cool drones, please. It's like, we just need 4,000. It's so much. It's so much. So much new yen, and we've only got one more normal run left. So, you know. Which will probably get done in this session. Shane is blissfully puffing away at the foul-smelling cigar, his comlink in one hand, his eyes flashing with glee as he sees you. Dr. Shen Yang greets you with in the name of all producers. How's Shindig go? I've got the information you wanted. You explain the night's event, starting to finish as you speak. Shang Yang's throat grows more inscrutable until finally his mouth is left halfway open. He slowly proceeds, places a cigar in a nearby ashtray and shakes his head in disbelief. Vampires in the trade industry? A vampire queen, no less. What a nightmare. At least you got me Wong. The poor devil's show is dead. That's something. Alright, kid, I'll send you payments for an extra drop. You earned it. Glad I could be a help. Dr. Shang Yang is about to speak, but his comlink buzzes. Instead, he answers and switches to speak mode. Yeah, who is it? What do you want? Hello, Shang Yang. I just wanted to let you know that I've released Penelope Wong from my contract. If you're still interested in her, she's all yours. I know business is doing well. I've heard you've come up with problems with cash flow. If you need a loan, I'll be happy to help. Dr. Shang Yang eyes the image of Neva May with deep suspicion. You don't sound too mad, Nev. What's the catch, anyway? You must have the next big thing lined up already. Oh, Doctor, there's no need for it. Do you want to know why I keep winning our little contests? And you're always playing catch up? It's because you think people like Miss Wong actually matter. They don't. Stars are crafted, molded out of talent, yes, but the ultimate construct, with enough time and effort, anyone can be made into a star. It's just a question of manipulating public perception. Maybe so, but I got it now, and your show's dead in war without your star. What do you think of that, eh? I think it's going to do what a good soap opera producer would do. Write her character out with a tragic death and bring in someone new. You labor under misconception of views have loyalty. They don't. They only have appetite. As long as they chase stars like Wong, you will lose. Don't be afraid to think big, Doctor. Reach for the dramas, not the dramatists. With that, Neville May hangs up on Dr. Shen Yang. For the next 30 seconds, Dr. Shen Yang releases a stream of violent, imaginative into his phone. Even Strangler Bao looks taken aback at the ferocity of Shen Yang's anger at the inventions of his sexual positions that he describes. Finally, he takes a deep breath and breathes and composes himself. That dirty little weasel. Insulting my creativity like that. The nerve. Go on, kid, you've done here. Thanks for all of the help. But I gotta go. By God going. I gotta talk to a guy about buying a bunch of snakes. Alright, man. Oh yeah, Maxim Law. I didn't realize that quest had time limit. I messed up. Because no other quests have time limits. But that one does. Such sad. I'm actually sad about that. Because I had to look up what I did wrong for that. Because I was like, wait, why did this happen? 6,000. Okay. Post. Okay, there's no more keywords because we've gone through all the post sale data. Go back. Job directory. Claim data. Cool. Good work out, that kid. Here's the money I promised. Okay, we don't have enough for a new drone, do we? We actually might if we sell our old one. But let's talk to the guys first, because we might actually start new. Yeah, no, we actually might be able to get all the base ones done today. Welcome back. Before we get on, Oh wow, you only have this left. So your ideal future is a place without empathy, morality, or humanity replace us. Sounds about right. Yes, people like me. Tell me, friend, how does one make you feel? How does that make you feel? What is your gut reaction to the vision that I shared with you? It doesn't make me feel anything. It's a pipe dream reactor. It's never gonna happen. He frowns knowingly. Of course it will, but you do not. But you do not know. Of course, you don't share our selective advantages. I suppose it stands to reason that you would put your head in the sand and the natural reaction would be a useless one. I promise you, my friend, if you move past your atavistics rationally, you'll see how right it is. The sixth world has no place for compassion. It is a predatory world, a world of monsters, some of those who came with awakenings, and others who are our own design. But they are there. And we are able to survive. We need to shed those weaknesses that prevent us to completing them. I speak that clarity of a man is not a man in mind or body. The things that others refuse to see as plain, to me, is the light of day. I tell you, my friend, life is better that way. One day you will see it for yourself, and you will thank me for what I have to share with you. Let's talk about it. Okay, we don't have... I don't believe someone the last one. I can enjoy social gatherings as much as anyone else. But our client, our target, are comprehensible people. Trade program soap operas, intellectually bankrupt, certain sweet family dramas without an ounce of interventions in them. This pap that the fools produce is poison to the minds. Yeah, I know, I get a warning. Yeah, sorry, I looked over. Yeah, I know I got the warning, I just didn't realize the quest. I had to do that right away. That's my fault. That is totally my fault. I didn't realize who I was talking about for a while. I mean, man, people always like this. If he takes a drag of cigarette, bows of smoke into plume. At least we had an encounter of vampire to make things interesting. Now, what else? Okay, cool, yeah. I think that's all. Goodbye, friend. I've enjoyed all evening. I find the friendship that we've got with Richter really weird, because my character's constantly being like, we accept you for your sociopathy, man, but like, I don't agree in your views. You weren't there, goodbye, Goblet. And I just find that, like, with how it talks, they seem to have, like, a genuine friendship because I haven't gone from the outright hostile to Rector, but I don't, like, the characters never said what they actually think of the, like, disagreed with him a lot. I don't think I've managed to prove him wrong because he still believes in his stuff. I don't know, it's been a while. What do I think about it? Well, let's ponder that for a second. We crashed a fancy party, disturbed those who's of Hong Kong trade scene, and fought a vampire. But you took it upon yourself to help this vampire become vampire queen. Ah, does he? Oh, well, it seems like we've done all his conversations, so I don't know. Yeah, that does make sense. I don't know if like it will appear later or after. Since it seems like we're still doing all the runs before the standoff point, so maybe it happens after that, because it seems like he doesn't have more dialogue. But we'll check after the next run. Vampire Queen, that was an interesting choice. Not what Dr. Shin Yang would want, but does he know? He's the only guy paying us. Anyway, that's enough. Need anything else? Talk to you later, Duncan. Anytime. Yeah, okay, cool. Nothing. See Isabel. Hey, Gilbert, what do you need? Any thoughts on the last run? Man, if every job could go into fancy pies and stealing their food and booze, I'd be a happy camper. Gilbert only thinks about one thing. I don't understand why those Trid types get into their weird rivalries, but I'm sure as hell won't turn down the money that they have to blackmail each other. Listen, Seattle, I'm all about making allies with who we can, but you really think making somebody better at being a vampire is a good plan? I know she owes us, but come on, I don't know how trustworthy the leech is. I like how we got paid, but I can't help feeling that we create a monster that's going to come back to haunt us later. Don't worry. Well, what else do we need to chat about? Gobbert, don't worry. Don't worry. If we hopefully she doesn't become crazy. I can deal. Oh, what? What? Noodle machine? Oh, probably. I have an expose. Probably. I have an exposition. Maybe. I don't know. It's been... There's a week between me playing these games. It takes... My memory's not the best. But, yeah, we didn't come across any of the noodle machine out of the last mission. Oh my god, that sounds funny. Weird haunted noodle machine god. Alright, so, we talked to everybody. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a new drone. That's the thing that we were gonna get. We're gonna get a cool flying drone. And we're gonna have a max upgrade. Damn, that sounds really funny. I wish I actually looked for that. Hey Hugin, he's looking at you. Reliable Matthew gives you a big wink and shoots you aside. He doesn't seem to reflect on his motions as usual. You're on the market for a high-powered grade A or Torn helper, or you're here just to hang out? Because if you're just here to hang out, Matthew's sympathetic personality seems to flicker for a moment, and his expression pulses back and forth between seemingly cheer and like shy happiness. That'd be okay with me. I'm just hanging, Matthew. Good to see you. Right on, you beautiful, right on. Reliable Matthew smiles blissfully looking around the dogs. He admires the looming oppressive mass of Wall Sea. Take your time. Make yourself at home. I'll be here if you need anything. He flashes you a big smile. I don't fake a look, yet somehow genuine. It's good to have you around. Oh, thanks, Matthew. Talk about your medicine. My medicine, I can't think of what you're talking about. I said it's nice to see you. Nothing but blue skies over here. Beautiful. And you on ship, I'd like to talk to you. A heavy sigh, he places a plastic grin. Alright, beautiful, alright. He catches a cigarette tense between his fingers and reaches up for his hand. A fake click, he removes the chip. His expression goes slank and his shoulders slump. Matthew struggles to maintain eye contact as he slides into a slow metallic watches over his face. This is really sad. Hi, Eugene, he says timidly. He looks around the drone scout desk. Here we are. Thanks for showing up. It's good to see you again. Matthew stares at his feet for a long time and mumbles quietly. I don't want to be here, Eugene. I don't want any of this. He lifts his head and looks at you attentively, but certainly convinced. I know what people think. Some people like our bros don't look down on me, but everybody else, I just want them to leave me alone. I want to be left alone, okay? It's okay, friend. I understand. You can go back now. Thanks for being real for me for a minute. Thanks, Eugene. He gives you a shy nod, then deeply, there's deep recognition in his eyes. I know what I'm doing. I'm going back now. Matthew chips back into his head, and faint clicks snaps back at BTL chip. His back ripples as he pulls himself upright, and his face transforms into sudden urge. Eugene, that was real. I mean, real beautiful. You got some chops on you. Phew. He adjusts his tie and exaggerated gusto. You know something, I think? May I tell you? It's gonna blow your socks off. Sure, go ahead. You're a peach, beautiful. So let's get real. Really real. Matthew Byron, he looks around in satisfaction and says, I'm not Matthew Shun. I'm not cool blue jazz. I'm both. He cocks his head at you. I think a lot about where I'm from. Some cooked up dude on a sim rig, recording his feelings, mass-produced in a factory, snipped out like a commodity. And the poor guy on a slowly sinking gasoline-ringed drone. A lot called a merchant of poverty by his neighbors, alone with his drones, with his moldy smell of a tailor. It makes me angry, Eugene. Angry about this heartless shit heap that he calls that calls itself better humanity. But it also makes me proud. Where are you going with this? Reliable Matthew taps himself forcefully on the chest. I'm proud because I'm more than the sum of my parts. While the aimless tweak my feelings come from, they merged with a guy who's never had a chance, and whatever his plan. I live a life of honor. He looks around the looming old city, the polluted river, the lurid drone yard. I'm like a knight errant, a Yoxar. I'm the swordsman of Daijo. I fight for humanity. Thanks for reaching out to me, Matthew. Matthew. Don't worry, I'm watching out for him. Reliable Matthew nods in a slow satisfaction on the weasel look on his face. As long as there's a chip, I won't get tired. I'll never leave. He claps his hands together to break a gigantic. Now let's get back to it, beautiful. Thanks for laying it out. I think we understand each other. Me too, Hyujin. Me too. It's a real pleasure being real. Oh, we got Connor. He breaks into a flesh Chicago, he's ripped off the life. It bursts into a life of red blue smoke. He regards it with a shy, exaggerated smile. Now, my honorable brethren in arms, how can I brighten your day? Let's look at drones. So, we're going to sell our old drone, because that should make us enough money. Hopefully. And then we can get the big drones. Hell yeah. From Ares. It's one of the best combat drones. Whole drones on the market. You make power. Right. So we got Guardian Mark II Auto or a Guardian Mark II. They're both the same price. But I've got a strange argument for Mark II. It looks cool. The Auto one. It looks cooler. I know. Great argument, but... Semi or full auto? That's the question. You know, we'll go with the Guardian or Mark II Auto. It's fine. Actually, would it... It should be fine. I just don't know how well its accuracy's gonna be, but like... It looks really cool in my opinion in that little purview, so I don't mind going with it. Yeah, let's go with the auto. Let's go with auto. As I say, full auto is always a choice. More DACA, yeah. More DACA. That's our drone. Confirm. Goodbye, Matthew. See you around. Look at the beauty that thing is. Let's go. Look at it. It's beautiful. Little hover drone. Cost us all our money. It even matches our cyber deck a little bit with the color scheme with purple. Remember, important part of being Shadowrun, you gotta make sure your color scheme matches. Poor law. Let's get going. Let's get going on to the last job. The last normal run of the game. Travel to Shen to kidnap Rooster Low. Got you, Rakta, and Gobbet. Come on, guys. Hopefully with the last bit of money, we can buy a new outfit next time. A tangled marine document, restless lights and ambrosia scents, a mingle of a top-row inquiry and to the sense of Schengen, Arbiter's Harbour, premium dining location with competitive views on the surrounding bay. The restaurant attracts a steady crowd of tourists and Wuxin personnel. The primary money man of the 289s, Shengya Rooster Low, is enjoying the rare meal outside the tried-held territory. Initially, he says set up in one of the restaurant's private dining rooms, but he's not alone. Rooster keeps a personal bodyguard, a notorious all called the Talon, in addition to his regular security services. You've seen the photos of Talon's handiwork. The body's so bad that it's hard to tell one bruise end from the next begins. The mission is locate Rooster, extract him from Shanghai, and deliver him to your client. Simple, fast, low profile. Of course, even simplest runs can go sideways. I don't like that ominous thing, but alright, so you got this. Yeah, I got you. You're rocking your stuff. Richter, you should probably take one of these, buddy. Yeah, just kidnapping someone, pretty classic. So let's get going. Oh, let's kidnap this man. Hopefully we can deck in something early to make it a little easier. But I don't know. Oh, wait. Confirm. Anyone spend karma? Oh yeah, because we can't get to the next level of drone accuracy. There you go. Our drone is terrifyingly good. We're above an orc, I think, for like maximum trolls. We're above like how good a troll can be and decking and stuff. We're almost there. Confirm. All right, security guard. Hey man, what's up? I know I came. You know I'm rocking in here with two military grade drones, a ghoul, and an orc which looks like she's about to eat the whole place, but please ignore that. God, this is not a salty. Stepping into the Turium hallway of Shangri-La, you confront by a massive wall of a troll. The restaurant's front door security speaking inspiringly articulate. Don't like that, but alright. Welcome to the Shangri-La. We strive to provide our patrons with an exclusive dining experience. If you have a question or require special accommodations, don't hesitate to speak out to our staff. Small crowd, well, the diners. Most of our weekday business is confined to the private rooms upstairs, corporate affairs and such. He looks at you up and down France. Please keep in mind that any disturbances will probably be designated by our security. We reserve the right to bar service to unruly patrons. Thank you very much for your meal. I think so, maybe. Maybe you could. Notice the security's a bit light tonight. You sure you have enough guards to deal with big disturbance? That's not an ominous question. Will puff his chest and shakes his shoulders. But True's enormous, more aggravated posture. His face remains mask of neutrality, despite the obvious irritation in his voice. Waxing prides itself on world-class security personnel. We do well to remain the best of kind of security is often hidden from sight. Under our breath, pray hard to not see that guy. Gobert, don't be rude, girl. We'll get you food. The crowd was truly amazing. I just wish I didn't have to wait an hour to get it. Okay, maybe this isn't the place for Gobert. She would start crying before she could she would eat someone else's food. A waitress swamped with orders is caught unaware by your approach. Well, welcome to Shadowrun, ma'am. Our hostesses will see you as soon as you get back. You're welcome to wait in our lounge. This will only take a second. A loud expression escapes from her nose and her eyes dart towards the kitchen. She musters an empty smile and nods in Fly's contents. Absolutely, ma'am. What is needed? Looking for someone, Mr. Lau? He has a reservation here tonight? Sorry, I'm not filling in that name. Wow, we actually have charisma to pass it. I bet a handy-working waitress like yourself is good with faces. You certainly remember this man. He travels with a big orc who's a nasty-looking scar on his cheek. She fiddles with her stage power and her eye pretend orders scrolled onto the top page. After a moment of confidence, she speaks. I might know the orc, if he's the one you're thinking of. He only comes by around a couple times a year. I've never served him, but he gets really pushy with other waiters. Pushy, eh? Why's that? He's allergic to shellfish, I think. We may get some orders. Sometimes mistakes are made. A hint of flair flashes. I didn't just say that. I assume our service is second to none. She nervously peeks. Oh, come on now. You must have heard whoever Orc and Mr. Lau are eating. And point information. Yoinked. Come on now. You must know whether Orc and Mr. Lau are eating, since you have the right to make sure related orders get to the right place. Ma'am, this is Shangri-La. We have over 24 private rooms in addition to the main dining floor. As I've already said, I serve only here. Your friend could be in any of the other rooms. Now, excuse me, I need a place to these orders. Enjoy your meal. With that, she whirls around and marches towards the kitchen. Time to play a Hitman mission. Alright. Okay, so... Wait for the target. No, we need to poison the target. Order computer. Now, I would prefer if my decker with a military drone just didn't walk up to the computer, but here we go. An open program tracking food and orders reserved tables flicking on the computer screen. So it's server's notes. Inside this file a series of notes on guests and restaurant opening. You scroll through today's notes. Several servers have written about their concerns regarding tonight's lack of security. A couple of it is frustrating within curiosity grants, wandering up the second floor's private dining rooms. The rest is useless information. Check orders. A list of a handful of dozen orders pop open, only a handful on the upper floors and private dining rooms. On the second floor stands out. Floor 2, private room 3, standard seafood buffet, No prawns, avoid crossing contamination with shellfish, diners allergic. Manager's notice. Nothing to be your typical wage slave directives here. There are a few mentions of career reincarnation activities in storage rooms on our decks. Only one of them interferes with the meaning of activities. Further down, a note in red explaining one special guest on floor 2 should be served approving waitstaff only. If the guest orders are botched again, there will be significant and widespread consequences for all servers involved. Some people are going to lose their jobs. A menu pops up with a floor plan child. Following menus in the dining room chats up the broken downstairs service. A large comped button in the upper right hands a big locked icon. Seems like people are being too liberal with free drinks. Unfortunately, it seems like you need a service code to place your order. Okay. Okay, we got stuff that we need. Hey buddy, do you have a service code? A well-dressed man in suit at bar, eyes as if popped cow on his face. Eyes blank, he swallows cows around his half-empty glass. Both in as if in a stupor. Between the swallowed eyes and whiskey doubled, it's hard to tell the guest's mood. As you approach, he rubs his temples and graces you a lazy sideways glance. Mumbles under his breath, "Yeah, not like I can dig it myself any deeper." Rough day? He looks up at you again through dull, bloodshot eyes, but his drifts elsewhere before returning to his drink. Lost 2 contracts, missed a third, late for a meeting, and publicly shamed by a co-worker, and all during 9 to 5. New record, far as I can tell. He takes a long pull from his glass, exhales. Last I got that for that going for me. Your co-worker sounds like an asshole. How do you get shamed? Negligence. My co-worker took 2 of my contacts while they were nude. I'd look over them for a day or 2. Damn, It's just been a couple of days. He sighed and began to sway. Whether it was involuntary or to calm himself is uncertain, but his chair creaks in protest. Anyway, he took my clients and made me a fool. Been rubbing it ever since. How do you lose the contracts? Wish I knew. One of them was almost a done deal, but for some reason the client suddenly changed the tune, and the contract slipped away before I could officially close it. Damn. The other 2 contracts were ongoing clients, people I'd worked for years, but somehow forgot about their annual revenue date, and a more diligent co-worker picked it up. I got no credit for that long-term partnership with those clients. If anything, I now looked worse for losing them, even though I brought them into waxing in the first place. He leans back and lets a lady groan. His breath reeks of alcohol. Sounds like too many coincidences. Think someone's working against you? You're kidding me. Everyone's working at each other's throats in this business. He downs his drink, signals to a bartender in a single move, and the bartender leans over to refill his glass. I'm serious, Henry. He mumbles, so am I. Think about it. Anyone at work being hard pressed or unusually lucky? He concerns. The newcomer, David. Henry nods his head towards a group at the end of the bar. Him. He came out of an elf at the center. He came out of nowhere, and he became a rock star with up management. He's been making contacts and deals like Wuzun's veterans, like me. I think you found your culprit. You're telling me. You want to know why I think? He leans forward, glassy eyes looking through to him, who knows where. The sense of ooze wafts off him. I think he's got family connections, people in high places, and he's been using them to his advantage. He backs off, shrugs, rocking his perception on his chair. I don't know, it's just a thought. You might be onto something. He grunts into his glass. No, just wishful thinking. Well, I'm gonna find out. Alright, apparently we've signed up to this mission. Security guard. We got chef there. Let's talk to David. David is all smiles. He just finishes a joke and an uproar and laughter of his pie. Hello, friend. Trying to get into this joviality? You're welcome to join us for the next round. His words bleed into each other. This isn't his first time drinking. I just came over here to ask about the man drinking alone. He says he knows you. Oh, who? Henry? Yeah, I know him. We work in the same office. Yeah, he's having a bad day. A bad day, huh? Why do you think that is? Well, that's the natural ebb and flow of business world. He tilts his glass back and slides the liquor inside flowing back and forth, almost but never quite spilling over the ridge. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. I've had an update. Truly sorry to hear that Henry is down. Sounds like a lot of corporate rhetoric to me. David smug expression drops. Excuse me, what are you implying? Your co-worker over there lost 2 contracts today, and is about to lose a third, opposite to your situation, on the very same day. Sounds mighty suspicious. Hey, did Henry tell you I stole his contracts? That's illegal, you realize. He makes a discerning sound rolls his eyes. He's just angry he didn't have the wits or motive to keep up with those clients under his payroll. His words drip with condescension. Well, no, Henry never said you took his contracts illegally. David nodded in response. Too many times his head is full. Right. So long as he's spreading any half-truths. He flogs his feet. You got any proof of this slander? It's more of a feeling. Then quit ruining my celebration. Now get out of here before I stick security on you. Regardless of the status, our stakes in this, it would seem there's these 2 disagreements that must be settled. I believe we should just lead them to that conclusion. Physical confrontation can end most arguments, right or wrong. Wait, what are we meant to do there? Let's talk to David again. Let's see what we can get. Why are you celebrating? My recent successes. They're hard work, a little busy, passionate. He winks at you. I see your 2 contracts and a third on this one. Well, that'll be. That's exactly the amount of contracts Henry lost today. The natural blood, well, load of clock. Excuse me, what are you implying? Okay, cool. That just ends the conversation. Oh, buy him around. Okay, cool. Oh man, I got something to do. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can do that. Ah, damn it. Oh, damn it. No. Whoops. Oh, anyway. Hey, just talked to David. From what you said, it sounds like you stole your clients. Henry Goldsman Harris across the door to target. He sat at you. What do you mean? It's like you said, he used his contacts and his family to acquire his clients. That cheating, what follows a long trend of some of which you've never heard before. Whatever they're real or not, on conference of babble or drug man is unknown. Bastard. The word punctuates his triad with an arm of vitality. His barstool screeches as he jumps up from his seat and marches towards David. Whoops, this is... Henry and David stand inches from each other, both men wearing the finest expressions as they muster. Their hatred is almost palpable, and their confrontation... Well, this works too, yeah. Their hatred is almost palpable, and now their confrontation will pay out unclear, but one thing is certain, you have great seats. Henry stabs a finger in David's chest, speaking as low hiss. You stole my business, and I know it. You might have picked this fight, but I'm going to win it. Fair and fucking square. Show you with those integrate operations, you cheat. David's mouth eases in calm smile. You want to lose face twice in one day. I'm happy to oblige, but not in here. I'll be damned if Shannon bans me for trashing a worthless crap stain like you in non-property. Let's finish this outside now. Fine, but don't think that this will give you any sort of advantage. It only means I don't have to hold back. Let's go. We created a distraction. Hey, Scurry God, what's up? Sorry, ma'am, this area's what's the problem? Security's got an area closed off down contained situation. No gawking allowed. This is waxing employment payout reserved for waxing customers and their guests. General public's not admitted. Why didn't stand prizes in front of you? Why don't you head back up to the table? There's ample seating for the meeting room. Well, that's nicely, will you let me through? A corner of my cheeks into a weak smile. Sorry, but that's not even. But there's not the mighty please and thank you will help you in here. God. Okay, time to talk to the chef to see if he can get the security code, because I really want to poison this guy's food. Hey, chef. A heady aroma of spices bombard your senses as the cooks move through the kitchen. Sun's churning in the wake. Some sharp, sweet, some altogether unfamiliar or delicious. The chef barks an order at his assistant searing fish, then whisks around, mowing feverishly to himself. Stops short once he notices you standing in the kitchen. I told you then, I need extra servers, not a hobo. Shoot. He gestures towards the door, tasting a rear sauces. Can we not go any... Hey, buddy. Okay, cool. We don't have socialite. Okay, cool. Sorry to intrude, but I need to speak with the head chef. He grabs the towel nearby, rubs his hands off. I am the head chef. I have little time to cook my food, even less for a conversation. It'd be in your best interest. Don't give me that. No. Okay. It'd be in your best interest to answer my questions. How best do I put this? I'm a very influential person. The chef freezes an attention to your words, eyes your face, and searches for telling you might suggest that you're bluffing. Make it quick. I've got 60 seconds before I have to put these prawns back into the boiler. I'm looking for someone tonight's guest has a selfish allergy, less than a mild-mannered orc. Sound familiar? Oh, that's a polite way of putting it. Gave 2 of my cooks broken ribs with a matching set of black eyes last time he stomached my kitchen. He waves his hands. Yeah, I know that orc. Got shellfish allergy that's overly keen on hounding us about it. As though he wasn't the top seafood restaurant in the 6th world. Right, so... What would it take to wind up with a few shrimp on a meal tonight? Okay, looks like we're bribing him. Looks like we're bribing him. We have barely enough money to do this, but we'll live with it. What? He barks in a suggestion after a moment, recovering, he straightens his nostrils. You can't possibly saying what I think you are. You want me to poison a diner? You're deranged. I'm calling security. I just need a hard... Right, I just need you to hand a slip added ingredients to. The chef nervously rings a towel between his hands. I mean, that was the last option, but that was not guaranteed. I'd rather get the guarantee. I'd rather get the guarantee of it rather than be like... I didn't want to be kicked out by security. He stares at you, southern arson, and stays through waiting. As a glance over his shoulders, a shaking his head, and he smiles a weary. You know, he never appreciated our cuisine, our art. I think it's a special thanks in order. You'll see for yourself, won't you? Alright, we've done both. Time to just wait around. Can we still... We can't mess with order computers, can we? Cool, yeah, no we can't. Alright. Time to wait. The General Blaster offers a wave of comfort. A quick look around reveals the spite between the restaurant proper and the bar, the latter of which appears to be neglected in comparison to a posh station dining room. Old dry drinks ring dramped over the counter on uneven surface, and an angry stench runs down its length. But you got time to kill before Rooster arrives. Time to get drunk and do a run, boys! The minutes tick by as you mull over a cold one. Roosters should be here any time. Listen, listen. An alarmed waitress whistles down. Chef, we have a problem, a big problem. Cover drama, cork, mage. We're working here. We got a fight about out front and sick diner, and we're still in here against dumplings. Our security floor guard is pissed. His head of security spewing up prawns and looking up for someone who to blame. Better brace yourself for a mouthful of fists. A howling and soaring phones catch the cook staff's attention to upred and glance and toss around the kitchen. Their fears afterward confirmed as a huge orc busts into the room, the jagged scar of orc cheek matching the client's decision of a talon, or it would be if the talon's face wasn't lumpy or swollen mess. Vitalin's face is flushed with anger, or perhaps as a side effect of allergy, and raises a noble hand to the room. What's wrong with this place? His swollen lip more sour and sound. Excuse me, sir. You're holding a kitchen up. If you have any questions or concerns, speak to our host up front. He rounds to the chef's shoulders raised into his feet. I've got a concern right here. A concern regarding the shithouse you call a restaurant. The voice booms. This is the third time you slopheads have fucked up my order, and I'm regularly forced to choke down your garbage. I expect there's at least some stipulation to be found. No selfish. Get it right, or next time someone's going to end up with a whole lot worse than names. Got you eyes you narrowly. His anger is established as misplaced. He should speak with his employer instead of venting at a chef. Yeah, probably. He nods and inclines his head to you. Seems like the Talon has left his post. I suggest we make our way upstairs while he's unguarded. Yeah, you're right, let's go. Remember, getting drunk while you're on a mission is just a standard thing you should do as a Shadowrunner, especially if you're a mage, and especially if you're a mage who has totem adversary. Adversary loves that. Hey, buddy. Inside the private dining room, you're immediately greeted by a pierce staring of two massive dragon statues. The flickering lights are just bright enough to illuminate their bronze bodies and effect an eerie illusion of slithering scarlet. Across the room stands your target, a Kongsheng rooster low, hands trembling at his side, a single anxious guard standing nearby the door. Something has him on edge. The Talon is missing. Sweat drops down the rooster's gaunt face. His eyes dart back up and forth across the room, trying to size you up, assessing the situation. As support, he appears nothing more than a trapped rooster without his talons to defend him. If anything, in an effort to invoke a sense of authority, he raises his voice. Who are you? What do you want? I've come to deliver you to my client, Mr. Lau. Don't worry, they specified that you are not to be harmed. Zhao, where is the Talon? Where is the rest of the security? A second passes where his eyes score the room. Nothing for anyone to come to his aid. Never mind. Never you mind. Just get the street tramp out of here. Yes, sir. You don't want to do that. It's not my job to scrang thugs like you. You really want to fight me? No, not exactly, no. The triad thug bolts out for the door. That's what I thought. No, wait. Spare my life, I beg you, please. He drops to the splinter from his mouth. His desperation is obvious. Stop that. I'm here to take you alive. The things could be worse, Rooster. My client could want you dead. Be thankful. Listen, Zhao. We may have a Rooster, but these stiffs will probably just have a handful of his guards. He could have more downstairs. We can't leave the same way we came in. If you're gonna get out of here in one piece, we need to find a new exit route fast. I'm betting this chicken guy knows a way. So how about it? Where's the door you used to discreetly make your way out of here? Rooster's teeth clatters inside his skull, his frame shaking uncontrollably. The realization that he's at your mercy with no one left to defend him is settling in. Well, Mr. Lau, mind pointing us to the exit? Rooster stammers incoherently for a moment, but his words soon catch up with him. It's just outside the room to the right, but it's locked. And you have the key, don't you? He blinks, confused, his shocked mind slowly processing the implication. Yes, I do. He reaches out his coat pocket and withdraws a small key. I'll take that. Optional. Yeah, we're gonna protect him from harm, game. Dear God. Use the Rooster's key to copy it. Okay, cool. Your comlink clink is a burst of static and the sounds reveals a soft voice. Hyujin, is this your channel? Who's asking? My name's Pimon, I'm your getaway driver. We have details to discuss, but I'm sure to keep it brief. Time's ticking. Another burst of static and Pio continues. I'm at the loading dock across the bridge from the restaurant's main entrance. Big old schooner, can't miss me. I'm neither with neither will the HKPF, who's just learned are on their way in response to a security call. Ah, this will be fun. One last thing. I may be a driver, but this isn't my rig. Door's locked and I don't know well the code. You may have to break in. Good luck and get moving. A click of your comm link and Pelon is gone. Oh, however, a minute great. That's... A pair of tried gangsters block your path. Men, help me! The word sounds pour out of Rooster's mouth quickly before blurred together. If you free me, you get away from here, and I grant you whatever you order. New Yen, favors, power, whatever you want. The two guards exchange a look, then turn to Rooster smiling. Actually, we're liking our position we're in now. You begging at our feet. The idea that maybe when you're gone, we can move up the chain. You know, Roko's pre-qualified to take your seat. In fact, we might as well make sure you don't make it out here alive. Rooster looks up at him, irritated. His fury fizzles upon his face, assuring fogs out of him. No way. Wait, I can make you rich. Easy there. Let's not make a scene. You go our way, you go yours. The thug looks at you. No ink, no suit. You're one of them runners? Shit, a runner? Don't let her take off with Rooster. Reaches for his weapon. Get him! Well that recontextualizes how runners are viewed in the universe. Well, I already know runners are viewed like that in the universe. But hey. I've got a new drone. And it's gonna be fun. And I missed with that, that's not great. Let's just move them up one. 12 damage, nice. It's pretty good damage. Okay, we're going Heppenstance. Because, hey, I like getting damage. And, oh yeah, he has his new sword, doesn't he? That's pretty cool. Nice. And, it's not very good color, but still technically color. I mean, Kyoshi's probably gonna mess this guy up. Yep. Okay, if they don't miss, cool. Gobert, just run up here. Perfect run. Well, not perfect, but you know. Pretty good. Before you looms a familiar cast iron door, it's locked and your means of escape is behind it. You notice a keypad mounted on the wall. It would have been too easy, yeah, it would have. I noticed a little thing there, so it's probably going to be combat. But you have no keypad. A quick scan reveals a potential weak point in the door hinges, but you have a feeling you can get through it, though it'll take a while. Gobber a sensor keypad. Sheesh, put me on a spot, why don't you? Okay, I see 2, 4, 5, and something that seems vaguely like a 9, but I don't know their order. This might take a sec. Cut me, alright? Goblet hunches over the keypad and hands new matches button, testing each different combination. The Talon bursts out of the Shadowrun nearby, tearing the door off its hinges. Despite the fleshy lumps having transformed his face, its undeniable swollen mess, his rage is clear. At the sight of Talon, you see Rooster's body relax. Talon, I'm over here. I've got weapons trained on me. Can't move. Save me and you'll get out of here. Take the incident straight to the top. You'll herald our survival. Reward through the leaking eyes, Tally's Rooster. You little shit. Dragging me to this restaurant over and over again. Making me feel for watching me stuff my goddamn face full of it. And now, here you are. Turned traitor in a blink. Rooster trembles in fear or anger, or both. He raises his shaky hand and points it towards Talon. You can't speak to me that way. You're beneath me. I'm still a red pole, and you're still a triad coming for me. I'll see you flayed for those words. Ha! The laugh punches through the air. Talon's lips curve into a clumsy smile, eyes gleaming. You don't get shit from the 289s. In fact, your new allies don't gut you. The triad will. Make sure you don't squawk to anyone else about high-level plans or security or whatever. I feel like you won't last for night. Rooster fakes bravado, melts away, eyes wide as he looks desperately around, trapped like a mouse in a snake oil. Enemies from each side, his voice is small. Talon, Johnny, please. Please help me. It wasn't all bad, right? We had some good runs, you remember? Paddock starts him. I had no choice, Johnny. I was forced to surrender, but if you help me, get me out here, I can see it was you rewarded, even promoted. How would you like that? Without hesitation, Talon steps forward and spits out to the ground. To hell with you, you spineless bit pusher. I'll bet you didn't even put up a fight. Just rolled over and played captive, coward. I'm going to enjoy planting a bullet in your soft, worthless skull. He readies his weapons. It's food poisoning! Oh, that sniper's a bit of an issue, not gonna lie. Bit of an issue? Okay, go with pistol. Go with rocket launcher. Okay, that's quite a bit of men, not gonna lie. Oh, even more. Body can't do anything. What a shame. What a shame it truly is. It's not like we can just do this. Damn, missed 2 shots. That's not great. Let's get into full cover here. Wow, that's not a great first thing, but alright. So we need to get to the sniper. It's one thing that I do want to do, because I don't like having a sniper. Okay, cool. We can just get to him by doing this. Next up. Get into here. Control mode. I'm just gonna have it walk up here. It's gonna take two pips, which is not great, but hey. Gun, 40. Yeah, 48, let's take this. Ah, cool, thanks. Cho, just get behind here. You legitimately can't do anything. Gobber can't do anything, so I can't even summon the spirit. And turn. I hope he goes for the spirits or something. Okay, cool. He went for the. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Sniper. This is why I wanted to take care of a sniper rifle. Okay, alright. He's fine. Gachi's fine. I'm not. I'm nearly dead. We're gonna back up a bit into this corner. We're gonna deal with a sniper. Miss, that's not great. That's good. Let's go to the drones. I do want to take care of this drone. It's this guy, he's a bit too close. $60, come on, roll that again, roll it. Oh, god damn it, roll it. If we could just roll that again, that would be great. Okay, cool. Oh, that's an optional thing. Okay, cool. Cool. I honestly did not expect Richter to make that shot, I'm gonna be honest. Oh my god, he's pulling off some moves. Ow. He's fine. They're fine. One dead, 70% chance. Let's do it on this one because they literally ran up to my guy, so I can get hopefully 3 shots off into their face. Damn, they're almost dead. I don't know when Richter became a crack shot with the pistol, but he really is pulling his weight. Don't want us to be an old man. I know, right? I'm just like, oh wow, I do. Okay, cool. Yeah, end of turn. Ow! Missed. All right. Cool. We're nearly dead. It's fine as long as we're not actually dead. Missed. That's not great. That's not a great miss, but whatever. It's open, let's go. Old Shadowruns are either cowards or very good at what they do. Yeah, that is true. I honestly do. I was like, buddy, what did you... I was just like, oh, okay, cool. He actually killed the guy that we didn't kill pretty easily. I'm like, oh, wow. Let's escape. The boat sways largely atop the water. Insulated walls stiff out the noise as well as the chaos just beyond the door belongs to the other world. Its interior is cramped, made small by miniature equipment pondering the walls. The scent of the sea and moldering wood dominates your senses, ripened from years of functional cleaning. Finally, a safe place to rest. A rooster flinches as you approach. When he speaks, he tries to sound confident, but his voice cracks. The 289s are gonna jam you up for this. Doubt it. With you out of the way, someone's probably gonna nab your job by now. Worst you'll get is dead. Worst we'll get is a finger waggle. But as soon as that thing is also that hand is also holding our new year, we're in good positions. Can you say the same? He flashes Rooster's smile. Things are not looking good for you, Mr. Lau. Best to stop running a mouth of yours. I hope the guy who... Oh wow, damn, that was it. Nice. I got that done in like pretty good time. The boat heaves and pitches over the bay as you plows through the cloudy, choppy waves to the drop-off point, leaving Shanghai restaurant far behind. Inside, that was a nice, easy one. Inside, Relentless fills the cabin. You finish a job. The extraction was a success, and now your client awaits the prize. Retired Red Bull roaster. It wasn't easy. Well, it should have been. It would have been if that damn Talon hadn't mangled your plans with various determinate. He went down easy, game. But even a street forged orc like Talon could be shrinking down. With the Talon dead, you escaped the restaurant to the getaway boat and was made smoother. Well, as smooth as wading through a small army of triads and skirting the HKPF Dirds could be. Luckily, Rooster goes through pursuit unharmed, and with the Talon now firmly out of commission, you might earn a few extra new yen from your client. All in all, a good run. I mean, this feels like it would have been a lot harder if we were at the start of the game with little to no abilities, and our kit not being maxed. But, you know what? We got max gear, so you live a pretty good life. Intelligence, let's get that. Sadly, we cannot get the 8 karma worth thing, so we can't go on to that. What is Vayflower? Dodge? Okay, come on. Pretty pointless at this point because it's just extra stats to our skills, but you live with it. One last talk around about... I don't know if I want to start the next mission, like the next story mission until next stream, because I don't know how long that mission is, and when it is the jumping off point. So I might end the stream a bit early. It depends. It all depends. We'll see how much money we get, and I'm gonna buy a new Gear Decker outfit for our young lady here who has been wearing the same clothes since the start of the game. Check your old vest. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's the complete last mission. It's like the plastic face man mission. So like it's the jumping off point where you can't do other stuff yet. So got no new messages. Show job directories, all pending jobs, back to root, yep. Job directory, money. The client is pleased with how you handled the situation. Recently has been confirmed. Due to a noticeable part of the violence with you, which you handled with the operation, you've earned a little extra for taking out talent. Your payment is attached. Yeah, we got it. That's a good amount of cash. We probably can buy an outfit now. Shadowrun BBS, claim pay data, claim pay data. That is what we like. Since it seems like we'll go buy a new outfit then talk to people, because hey, we got ourselves kitted out. Our low HP, we probably need a bit more defense. As the last mission shows, we're on a weaker side. Then again, our standard ammo is to sit in the back of our drones taking care of stuff. Usually other people are taking shots for us, but yeah, it's worth show me your merchants. I'm really sorry for what happened to you, man. Outfits. Okay, so the best we can get is the Sawa Streetwear Cowl. Actually, how close are we off from... Okay, so if we sell our... What if we sell our outfit? Okay, apparently we can't sell it. Can we sell anything? To make the money. You have Gobbet's robes, apparently, which is really weird. Do you have anything? I mean, you could... We've never used these guns, to be fair. So how much is it? It's okay. So we got okay. So we just need like 300 more. Yeah, nah. We'll get the max level gear. That seems good. We'll sell these. We've never used these. I'm sure these are really good weapons, but since we're not a shooter or like gun ourselves, and everyone else is equipped with full stuff, we don't really use these. Don't know I have Gobbet's rags in there. Cool. It's weird. And we got this. Nice. Confirm. Show me your wares because I want to sell. Cool. So nice. Couldn't get the most expensive deck, but that's fine. Finally, some armor. Yeah. Let's see what the girl looks like. Looking like a real decker now. Looking like a real decker. Oh, that's such a cool looking deck. We got. Oh, look at us, looking like a real Shadowrun. let's go talk to our crewmates for like not the final time, but like let's go see if they got anything more to say. And then we'll just probably end the stream before we go on to the next thing, because like save it for next stream, so I don't go over too much time, but also like have enough time for a breathing room for everything. Hey, got you have anything to say? No, I don't believe you do. What do you think of the last mission? Got you snores, Steve Baird in amusement. It was a wonderful affair. I have not previously had a chance to go on a run like that. Despite descending on an elite restaurant, kidnapping a triad red pole, escaping by boat, what is there to be displeased about? I doubt the triads will shed any tear over Talon's death. He was a blunt instrument, a thug, easily replaceable and rarely mourned. We have done the sea a service by killing him. It seems unlikely that the 289s will seek vengeance, even if they wanted to, which I doubt. They are too weakened from their attack to us. Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay, cool. Reactor, you got anything, buddy? Any thoughts on your last run? A reasonable, pleasant outing. We had a nice stroll, took him a night's air, went to a gaudy restaurant, and took a man into custody against his will. Kicked a dragon cigarette. As jobs go, I've had worse. Fair enough, man. Goodbye, my friend. Hope you have an enjoyable evening. You too, Rakta. You are like one of my favorite guys. I'm really sad Duncan doesn't have more dialogue, because he's like your childhood friend and brother, and he doesn't have. We didn't take him, so yeah. I'm kind of sad. It adds replay value that you can take different people on different runs and see what they have to say about it. But it's also it's one of those things where it's at least the other game didn't do that. So Any thoughts on the last run? I've never had the chance to go to Shanghai before. Too ritzy for a little street outing me. You know what? I'm kind of okay with that. All that stuff, shirts and fancy foods are nice, but give me a cheap corner store all day. I did pocket some of the silverware though, and a teapot. Of course you did. Of course you did. Of course you did, Gobber. I'm glad you did. Never change. The Talon's a real piece of work. Glad to see that a guy put in the ground. He made my skin crawl like he was some kind of guy who tortured animals for fun. Don't look in our basement. Even the 289 seemed a little scared of him. I doubt anyone's going to shed tears over him for too long. So what else do you want to chat about? Okay, cool. We've done everything. Okay, cool. Alright. We no longer rest. We've talked to everybody. We've got no new mails. Time to chat around Hioi to see if there's any anything new. Gyoshi's cute. I think these guys have the same conversation. I'll skip for it. Okay, cool. This again. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh wow, I skipped over it by mistake. Oh damn it. Looks seems like I didn't see on this line. Enjoying. Okay, cool. Whoops, damn it. But cool. Whoops. Sorry, I thought it was the same one again because they all had been for the past few times. Okay, time to talk to Crafty one last time. Back so soon. You look dog tired. Are you feeling alright? I've been going through the notebooks so hard. Why don't you take a break? No, I dug myself too deep. Soon after I figure out my dreams. Soon, okay, yeah. Just don't wake yourself to death. Okay, yeah, same enough. Yeah, no, okay, cool. We've been through all of hers. Thanks, Crafty. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've read the notes. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything more that we can do. I mean, obviously there's like some vendors we could talk to, like do that stuff, but I don't really. But like, we didn't really talk to that many vendors throughout stuff. So let's just see. We have. Yeah, I wonder if it actually. Okay, cool. No new messages. Read old messages. We got a bunch of this. Just out of town. More notes. Yeah, more notes. Whoops. We got Crafty's message about her mom and the Armor Kings. Yeah, no, we've already read all of these. I think that is it. You know, I will be ending the stream a bit earlier because I don't know how long the plastic face man mission is, and you know that's a big story thing. So I'd rather have a full, fresh 3 hours to deal with that one. So, I will say before we end the stream who we're going to be taking on the mission. We're going to be taking, let's even go down into this. We're going to be taking, yeah, Duncan. We're going to be taking Duncan, we're not even going to go on it, but yes, we're going to be taking Duncan, Ractor, and, Gobert. We're going to swap and see how they go for that one. Because we need to go see the Dreamlands. But, again, the stream will be ending a bit early because I want, like, the full 3 hours to deal with that. But, thank you, Dagoff, for coming to the stream. Next time, we will be jumping over the point of no return. And carrying on with the main plot of the story. You have a good day as well. Until next time. Until next week, I hope you have a lovely day, and see you guys next time. Again, yeah, good day again, day off, but yeah. Wow, I've really fubbed this ending. Hope you guys have a good day and goodbye.